Virtual Frog Dissection by Viviana Carlos. So here's our frog that we are going to be cutting up. We're going to do it straight down the middle, the top side of the head, and the bottom side of the legs. So this is how it looks like when it's cut up. And these are the insides organs of the frog. And right now we just took out the liver. So here's the liver of the frog, and the liver has 3 parts called lobes. The liver is also in charge of making bile, glycogen, and deoxygenating enzymes. Bile is a greenish-brown fluid that breaks down fat molecules. Glycogen is a stored form of energy that can be turned back into glucose whenever the body needs energy. Finally, the deoxygenating enzymes help offset any type of poisonous material in the frog's bloodstream. So now we're taking out the frog's heart. So here is the heart, and the frog's heart is split up into 3 different chambers. 2 are atria, which receive the blood, and 1 is ventricle, which pumps the blood out. The heart has 2 different types of blood, which is oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood. Since the heart is split up into 3 different chambers, the 2 bloods do mix. The way deoxygenated blood turns into oxygenated is deoxygenated blood goes into the heart, then it gets pumped into the lungs and turned into oxygenated blood. Finally, the blood goes back to the heart and pumped out of the body. So now we take out the gallbladder. So the gallbladder holds a special enzyme called bile, which is made by the liver. And now we take out the frog's stomach. So here's the stomach, and the stomach makes different digestive chemicals. One of those chemicals is hydrochloric acid, which starts the process of digestion. The process of the digestion starts off by breaking down food into small particles called chyme. Then chyme gets sent to the small intestine and then goes to the blood. So now we take out the small intestines. So here's the frog's small intestines. The small intestine is used for the last step in the process of digestion. Also inside the small intestine is small finger-like projections, which is called villi. Hair, bones, feathers, etc. also travels through the small intestine. So now we take out the fat bodies of the frog. So here are the fat bodies. And the fat bodies store fat, as said in the name. They are used for mating, hibernating, and etc. So now we take out the spleen of the frog. So here is the spleen, and the spleen reprocesses old red blood cells into new red blood cells for the frog. Now we take out the large intestine. And here's the large intestine. The large intestine gets water from the small intestine, and most of it gets recycled. Also, the large intestine gets the scrap from the digestion. Now we get the lungs of the frog. So the lungs each have 1,000 of little alveoli. Alveolus has little capillaries around it. Oxygen goes through the alveoli, then goes to the capillaries. Finally, the oxygen gets taken to individual cells, and the carbon dioxide is exhaled out of the frog. And last but not least are the kidneys of the frog. So here are the kidneys, and the kidneys is responsible for removing the nitrogenous from the blood. Nitrogenous then gets turned into urine. Then the urine is stored in the frog's urinary bladder, and finally it gets taken away through the cloaca. And thank you for watching the virtual dissection with us.